for another episode of Epic Surf News. I'm here today with legend Mitch Farner. And Mitch is somebody I've spent some time in the lineup, splitting peaks with, and had a lot of good surf sessions with. Mitch, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm glad to be around, being safe with my family in
Right
this
on.
weird time. So, yeah, it's just been really interesting, and I know
Yeah.
that everybody's having a rough time. So hopefully we can get through this here quickly.
Yeah,
So,
right on, Mitch. Well, man, I'm glad you. Yeah, I'm glad you made some time and after work and taking care of the family to jump on here with me.
Well, thank
You know, I was going to hit you up before we get rolling. Is there any shout outs, local rippers, shapers, anybody out there in the surf world that you'd like to give a couple shout outs to?
Yeah, I would. I definitely would like to give a shout out to Mike Stidham for all he puts in with helping a lot of people, and his surfing and his attitude is top notch. So definitely to Mike, and also to the Pete Johnson family. Give a shout out to them and hope they're doing as best as they can. And my prayers goes out to their family, and
Yeah.
that's a rough time.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. On top of everything going on, sure.
yeah, for sure. That's a tough one right there, and one of the Oceanside boys, and that's a shame to hear that news. So I hope they're going to get through this.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a loss. Lucky enough to split a few peaks with Pete as well, and got a clip of him, and yeah. So same thing as well. Shout out to the family, and hopefully send all of my best wishes and love to them. And Mike Stidham as well. You mentioned Mike Stidham. I got a couple clips of him not too long ago. Guy's an exceptional surfer. You mentioned some things that he's doing out in the community, and you talking about just as good vibes, or what else?
Yeah, he's just got great patience with helping all kinds of ages of his teaching, and yeah, he just seems. If you ever need some advice on some issues in surfing or surfboards, he always has great advice.
Okay.
He leads you on a good path.
Yeah.
Definitely got to give a shout out to Bamboo Bob. He's one of a kind, and yeah, I love him like a dad. So
yeah, right on.
Big shout out to Bamboo Bob for sure. So
yeah, right on. Yeah, I've been getting him on the phone, and we've been chatting a little bit. So there's all those things you miss about the community when you're not at the surf spot, and Bamboo Bob kind of brings the feeling right back real quick as soon as you're chatting with him on the phone. Yeah,
Bamboo
right
Bob,
on, man.
He's my idol for sure down there. Amazing. He's an amazing surfer, amazing man.
Yeah. So, Mitch, there's a few things, obviously, there's a million things we could talk about, but something that I think you and I shared in terms of new experiences in the last couple of years were surfing competitions. So I know you from the free surf, and then I show up on the contest scene, and there you are. And so, I was going to say, what have you learned, or what has changed about your surfing since you got involved with competition surfing? How's that changed for you?
It's definitely changed for me to when I first started doing these only about 4 years ago. I've always been a free surfer. So definitely have been enjoying these contests in the age group. It's the first year or two kind of frustrating, because I just thought that I would do better. And so I learned a lot that I needed to learn a lot. And boy, man, all the guys I surf against are just phenomenal surfers. And so I didn't realize that when I started, and they're just so good that it's taken me a lot of time of being there and watching and falling and trying to make it on the nose longer.
Right.
trying to do what they're doing, and it's really fun. I really like the challenge. I like competition, but I was never a competition surfer, you know, in a competitive way like that. But I am enjoying it.
Yeah,
And I saw you do some competition too, Phil.
Oh man, so I think you and I are at different stages though. So I've only done a couple years, right? You I guess you said 4 years. So I'm still at the stage. I'm still at the stage where I'm blaming the judges for my performance.
That's cool. I'm still there with it.
You know what I mean? I was like,
yeah.
I at least came in second or third, and you know,
that's right.
Man.
That's right.
Yeah, but like you said, I mean, there's a lot of really good surfers there, especially because, you know, what's cool is you know, it's obviously not World Surf League level, but I mean, the local clubs up and down the coast of California, I mean, the talent is just over the top.
I'm so glad they have these because, I mean, the people that get together for these, there's nothing like it.
Right.
It's just amazing how much fun they are. There's just so much fun. You know, I wish I would have started years ago because I really enjoy all the people and the surfing that they put on.
Yeah, myself as well. And I have to admit that there's a lot of work that goes into setting up those events. I mean, from the time they're asking people to join or to serve in the competition, to planning it all, to setting up sometimes campgrounds, to sometimes setting up all the tents, the competition at church. I mean, can you imagine muling all that gear up and down that trail?
Yeah, they do that with those up and down those hills in their trucks, and you know,
Wow.
It's for the love. Obviously, we all love it, so it makes it easier when you love something.
Yeah, for sure, man. So that's good, man. I've noticed that you definitely have been hitting that nose a lot more in your free surfing. I mean, because you've got a lot of progressive moves in general, and when I saw you starting to advance in your heats, I noticed you were hitting that nose a lot. And
well, those are one of those.
So,
yeah, thanks, Phil. Thanks.
Yeah.
Those are one of those things I've had to work on. I've had to work on that a lot. It's really challenging.
Right. Yeah. Good job, man. Good job on that. So, Mitch, man, I got to hit you up on all the current events going on right now, right? We got the coronavirus, the beach closures. There was just an announcement today. You may not be up to date on it, but the county of San Diego said that they are going to start looking at how to open up water activities at the beach over the next couple weeks. So, provided the graphs do what they're supposed to do, it looks like they might actually be trying to sort something out on how to do that. So, how does that make you feel? And how's all this been working for you, man?
It's just starting to hit pretty hard right now, where we're going to have to figure out a way to go surfing soon.
Right.
I definitely see people right on the edge of that beach doing their activities.
Right.
And one step over, we can't do ours. And that's kind of starting to show it's not right. I don't think that part's right. Definitely don't need to be hanging out right now down there, but if you want to go do your activity and respect that, definitely is needed. It's about time we could start surfing, I would feel. That would be nice.
Yeah, and I think that was for me as well. I think I was ready to do my part, right? I'm still doing my part. I'm doing my part really well, I think. But, you see some of the disparities or some of the inequalities of other things that people are able to do, and that seem more risky than surfing, especially if you're just surfing as an individual. For example, road bikers or whatever they call them, 10 speeders. I'm old, but
yeah,
you see all these guys in packs or people I mean I don't understand why you can ride a bike, but riding a bike is dangerous. I mean, I don't know if anybody's ridden a bike out there. I am sure they got their ass handed to them at least once on that bike, right? Like
yeah.
I've fallen on a bike pretty hard myself.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
They should let us go surf already.
I know, and I'm all for it. You know, I'm all for being safe, right? I mean, I think that's the thing is, you know, they're confusing surfing with maybe summertime beachgoers or people that are playing football games on the beach, or, you know, and I think that the beach communities, one, need our business. I think we would all like to help local business out, and it makes it tough when they cut out part of your routine. And, you know, it's just, I think there's just a difference on how surfers interact with the beach and the ocean than tourists that come seasonally. So,
Yeah, we're all pretty anxious to get out. Once we get in the parking lot, we don't hang out too long. We like to get in the water, you know.
yeah, I miss all the wave hogs. I mean, I miss all the wave hogs. I wish I could have them back.
Yeah, there's no excuse for being out there crying anymore about anything. No more excuses.
So, so what have you been doing in the meantime, Mitch? I mean, what's been keeping you busy?
I'm pretty fortunate. My scaffolding business, and I do have a towing business. So I've been pretty busy in a weird way for all this going on. Another reason I feel very lucky I'm able to go out and work in a careful way. I just go to the gas station, and I'm usually out around, not around too many people.
Right.
So I'm able to work still. So that hasn't changed at all.
Are you working more? Are you working more to keep yourself?
I am working more. I am working more, but I could get really slow as well. So a couple of weeks ago, I had 0 work for a while, and whammo, it rains, it pours. It's just the way it is in the construction world. So
definitely. So when everything clears up, when they give us the green light, and they're like, go get it. Where are you going to go surf, and what board are you going to use?
Well, I definitely have a bunch of great group of dudes I get to surf with down the North Jetty.
Oceanside.
And, you know, so
you broke the first rule of Fight Club. Don't talk about Fight Club, where that's at.
Okay, well, it's somewhere around here. So yeah, no, and I'd definitely be out there on a longboard of, I don't know which one, but one of my longboards, I would hope, and yeah, get back in the water and
yeah. I have to imagine there's got to be a top 2 or 3 boards that you got to be considering. It can't just be. I can't believe there's not one that's calling to you where you're like, I wish I was surfing that board right now.
Yeah, there is. There always is that one. I do have the one really nice, my Donald Takayama 9.6 High Pro is my go-to board. I really enjoy the variety that board offers.
Cool.
So
how long,
really
since you said it was a Takayama, how long did it take you to get that board from the time you ordered it?
That board was about a month.
Wow.
At the time.
Man, you're VIP.
Yeah.
You're a VIP.
About a month. I don't know about that. Yeah. But yeah, they were there. It was really quick. Not bad at all. Yeah, it was a fun day. Fun day.
Right on, man. So, Mitch, I want to run you through a quick game called Yea or Nay.
All right.
So, BIRDWELL BRITCHES. Yea or nay?
Yeah.
You like to show a little thigh.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. If you're going to be on the nose, you might as well give it up.
I put my thumb in there too. Usually when I do that, trying to get a ride.
Yeah, nice. Quarantine pitted challenge. Have you heard of it? Yea or nay? You haven't heard of it?
No.
Okay, so it's Kook of the Day. Have you know Kook of the Day on Instagram? I think it's them. I'm terrible about doing all my homework, but so they hashtag. It's a long thing. So it's quarantine pitted challenge. Okay, and so basically it's a bunch of people at home, kind of recreating some surf motion for the video, and then they submit it. And I don't know if there's a prize at the end of the tunnel or not. But.
Got to be creative in these times. So I'm going to say, yeah. I'm going to say, yeah. Keep
All right,
yourself
cool.
motivated.
Yay.
Yeah.
Right on. I think so. This is off topic. 5G. I mean, people got opinions about 5G. I barely know about it, but yay or nay? 5G? No 5G? Nay.
I don't know about it. Nay.
Oh, you don't. Oh, you don't know about it. Oh, it's the new cell phone service, and there's like conspiracy theories. Like, no. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that one.
Yeah. No.
Sure.
Kombucha.
Two tech. What's that, Phil?
Kombucha.
Kombucha.
Well, no, this is great. I mean, because you're the second surfer who has no idea, and don't get me wrong. So kombucha is like this, like Micaiah probably knows about it, but it's like a tea or something like this. Like people brew this, and you can buy it in cans. I think surfers are sponsored by kombucha brands, and it's a drink. I've tried it.
I'll support that.
He'll support it. I don't really care for it, but why not, man? Mitch says give it a try, right? Give it a try.
I'll try that.
All right. Surf hats. Hats you wear when you're surfing. Do you have one?
Not for me.
Not for you?
Nah.
You like the sun? Sun coming. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
How about this one? Foam rollers. They got these little rollers where you can knead your dough, your back. You have one of those?
No. I just no, I don't work out. I work on my scaffolding though.
No, it's like a massage. So somebody does it to you.
Oh.
You don't have one.
Nay.
Okay, nay. No foam roller massage. Okay.
No.
I'm already trying to sell my wife on it. I'm trying to buy one because like somebody has to do it. So I'm trying to buy one for my wife to.
Definitely a nay here at my house. No one's doing that for old pops here.
Yeah.
No way. Hey Phil, I have a question for you. What do you think about Johnathon Freeman? What do you think about that? What do you think about that character?
Oh man, he's so I found some gems he has in his timeline, in his Instagram thing. So I dug down one day, and I found some really funny shit. I was like, wow, so some of the stuff that's being promoted isn't his funniest shit. There's some gems in there, but it's funny is I didn't realize he was from Oceanside, and then I started figuring that out. I don't know if he lives in South O or whatever, but so then maybe 3 or 4 months ago, I started seeing him. He's hanging around a certain part of Oceanside, I guess. I don't want to talk about where it is, but so and he's got a kid. He's got a Grom, so he was there with his Grom, and I kind of hit him up. And what's funny is right when I first saw his first video, he actually came to the lineup one time, and so I saw him, and the waves were firing on this day, right? And I was like, wow. And, so he took a wave, and he's a pretty good surfer. He went down the line and did his thing, and then he came another wave came through, and I got it, and it was my backyard, so I had a good time on the wave. But so we kind of had like a little camaraderie going there for a second, just in the lineup. But yeah, it's kind of a trippy dude, man. Have you seen some of his stuff that sticks out, or what?
Yeah, I've had a couple just breakdown, crack up laughs.
Yeah, there's this one. So the one I like, he's like down in the corner by a car, and he's like talking like this like tough guy, and it's kind of shadowy, and I don't know, man. There's some funny shit for sure. So
yeah, the other day he had one on there. He loves surfboards, surfing, and sexy stuff. Hilarious.
I know. So what I noticed is when I went to the wave pool, that empty lot, and I did a couple things on a couple videos on that, and then he did one maybe a month or so later, and he's over there doing like, like air hits in the dirt, and stuff. And oh man, that was classic. But it kind of felt strange. Same thing. I was like, dude, like I'm a local at that wave pool, bro. Like, so I suggest like we should have like a paddle battle or something. I mean, we got.
Yeah.
I don't really know how you create a hierarchy at the wave pool, but
You're gonna have to think of something for that guy. He's just so
Yeah.
funny at times. So
I
funny
know.
where he comes up. So yeah, I like watching his stuff.
Yeah, hopefully I'll get him on. Speaking of John Wayne Freeman, he did an interview with those dudes from Oceanside who went to Trestles, and I mean, did you see that? I mean,
Yeah.
dude, what's going on with all that? Talk about comedy.
That was a great interview. You did a good job with those guys.
But how about losing your boat? How about losing your
Horrible. Everything went wrong. Those guys just the man upstairs said no, no, no to everything.
Shut down. They got shut down harder than anybody.
Yeah, their car keys, all their personal stuff on the boat, being completely embarrassed on perfect trestles, lowers.
Oh. And one of them, the driver didn't even get a wave. I mean, he barely got. I mean,
No.
Oh my gosh.
He got caught in the inside from what I saw. So, and all the way to the beach.
Oh my gosh, man, that's gotta be brutal. That's brutal.
I'm glad they went on. I'm glad those guys went on. That was pretty something. They went on.
Yeah, that was pretty stand up to go on. After you did that, so I can respect that part for sure.
Oh, that's showing your ass.
more than we want to see, but yeah.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah, he got ruined.
So Mitch, what else, brother? What else is popping, man? I mean, what's going on surf world, surf wise? I mean, what can you share? Yeah.
Well, this is my surfboard's been hung up for way too long. I can tell you that. Definitely dying to get in the water to go surf. I got all my boards over here. Look at them all the time lately. Looking forward to going down and being able to surf without being in trouble for surfing.
Right.
Get back to normal a little bit and trying to obey what's going on so we can get back in the water. And, that's what we love to do, is to go surf and wait for those good swells. And when it's taken from you like it has, it's huge. No one's ever dealt with this. And the love for surfing us guys have, and gals, aren't used to having it taken from us, being like a 12-year-old getting grounded. You can't surf for a month. That's torture. So that's what it's starting to set in right now. It's like, that ocean's right there. We should be able to go surf in it. And that's a bummer we can't. So I'm really can't wait for the day we can go surf.
It's definitely wearing. It's there has to be a solution, right? I mean, we can't, if things don't open up in general, then I think that there's a lot of areas where society can make moves, and surfing definitely seems like one place where I think between the authorities and the local beach community, I mean, between the lifeguards, the police, and the surf community, the locals that are there all the time, there's a good respect, there's a good camaraderie, and there's a willingness to work together that's always been there.
I think you're right. And I think if they had a sign down there that said surf only, no hanging out, we would obey that law and maybe give us a chance at that. So instead of just not being able to at all, doesn't make sense to me anymore. But if we were to have something that we could work with them on, we would.
Right.
We would.
Yeah. So I think, hopefully the news today that I heard from the county, hopefully that's like foreshadowing, and maybe we're only a couple weeks away, or at least we'll start talking about it more. And I like to see people, I encourage people out there to, contact your local city, the county, the state. Let them know what you think about how we can do this safely and intelligently. It's probably not a good idea to get out there with a bunch of hundreds of people without masks, because that doesn't look very smart. But, I think that definitely just letting the authorities and the cities and communities know that we can do this, right? I think that's a start.
Yeah, is that going to also affect the people coming down with their jet skis and their boats? And is that just going to draw everybody back into too many people that way? I don't know. But they could start us out first as surfers and say, go surf, go home. Go surf, go home. I think we could do that.
Yes, I think so. I definitely think we can handle it and do it responsibly. Yeah. So Mitch, before I let you go, definitely, we talked before. I want to try to get your pops on here at some point and talk about some surfing back from South Bay in LA at some point, hopefully.
Yes. That'd be good.
That'll be an awesome opportunity. So, Mitch, man, I really want to thank you for sharing all your information and your views on everything and giving those shout outs. So
right. Got you, Phil. Shout out to you for always keeping us updated, and your interest in surfing it goes a long ways, and I dig it. I think it's really cool what you do. So,
right on, man. And I'm going to end this clip with a rerun of a wave I got Mitch taken from way down the beach about a month or two ago. So thanks, everybody, and we'll catch up with you soon.
See you, Phil. Peace.